Hey folks, Emily here, doing a little 10 minutes of movement time, movement break. I'm actually gonna adjust my camera a little bit. I feel a little cramped. Okay. Hope everyone's having a nice start to the week. Just want to get a little bit of movement in this morning and check in how you're feeling. So you could do this seated or standing. I'm going to start seated today. Couple big breaths. Just noticing how you're breathing. If there's a lot of sighing that wants to come out, or if the breath feels a little congested this morning. Does it feel tight in the chest? What's happening in the breath? We're going to take a cross body stretch. One arm, one leg, and then switch sides. Inhale and exhale. Oh, Gritty's back there taking a peek too. Hey! And as you stretch the legs, point the toes. You can flex the toes. You can see how much space can I make between the toes. Let's do one more on each side. All right, take the knees in and out. Sound like an open and close. And then we're going to stretch the legs out and keep the heels on the floor. We're going to roll the legs in and out. A little bit different than open and close, right? There's a rotation happening here in the inner thighs. And still breathing. Just staying curious about if you start to hold your breath. If you start to tighten your jaw. Or tighten your shoulders. And then eventually, or bring it back to center and shake it out. And then seated or standing, just give me a little stomp in place. You can even clap the hands if you are in a place where you could make a little bit more noise. And again, you could do this standing if you wanted. You can even move around the room you're in. And still breathing. Just a little wake up movement. If you've been sitting this morning, might be good to get up and move around. Again, you can do this in a chair too. And then when you're ready, bring it back to center and big stretch. And let it go. Inhale, big stretch. And let it go. And you might be in the mood to take in a big stretch and then exhale. Bend the knees, fold forward. And again, you can do that seated too. Until you're feeling a little warm. And like everything's starting to loosen up a little bit. Come back to center. Now let's check in with the shoulders. They want to rotate. And as you're rotating back and forth, the head doesn't need to move. The head just hanging out on top of the shoulders. Maybe you're noticing some snap, crackle, pop here, or a difference in how one shoulder moves in the other. That's so normal. Shake it out. All the way down to our hands. We're going to circle our wrists around. And don't forget to reverse it. You can take a couple knock-knocks with the wrists. So soft wrists, soft hands, knock-knocking the knuckles. And then sticking out the thumbs, so extending the fingers and circling each thumb a few times. And don't forget to reverse it. And then spread all the fingers wide. Reach out and gently draw the hands in, draw the elbows back. Reach out and draw it in. Feel the chest get broad. Still breathing, not holding the breath at all. Or do 3 more. I lost track. Let's do 1 more. And again, shaking it out. Planting the feet, coming back to your mountain spine where the shoulders are broad, chest is open. We're going to take a big circle around. Maybe as you're circling, you're noticing if one hip feels a little bit different than the other, or one side of the back. You're like, nope, it's my whole low back feels tight today. And if you wanted to bring your pelvis into this, you could envision like the bottom of your pelvis is a diamond. There's a forward point, a back point, and 2 side points pointing towards the hips. And as you roll, you're rolling over each corner of the diamond. Everyone has a pelvic floor. Noticing as your weight shifts from one side, back, the other side, and forward. And when you're ready, you're going to reverse it. And notice what your jaw is up to. Are you clenching your jaw? There's a connection between the feet and the pelvic floor and the jaw, and also your breathing. Let's go around a few more times in our second direction. If you haven't reversed yet, make sure you reverse. Then eventually we're going to come back to our seat. We're going to move up into our attention of the jaw. We're going to open and close the jaw a few times. And as you open and close your jaw, maybe you're noticing, do I feel any like crackly poppy sound in my ears or a clunky clicking sound? And then start to stick the tongue out and relax it. Big inhale in. See how much you can get the face to move with your exhale. We're going to take our hands. You can put your pointer fingers and your middle fingers on either side of the ear and do a gentle massage in front and behind the ears. If you did hear a lot of snappy, crackly, poppy sound in your ears, you open and close your jaws, that might be a clue that your jaw hinge, is pressing into your sinuses from tension or from habitual ways that you hold your jaw. So doing a little bit of jaw relaxation massage, relaxing the face, and also this helps encourage the sinuses to drain. And then let's finish up with bringing our hands into our hair and on our scalps, just wiggling the fingers. You can start from the center and go back. And then go a little bit wider and go back. Each time moving a little wider And noticing, does the scalp wiggle around a lot? Or is the scalp feeling a little rigid or tender? And then just checking if there's any last place that could use a little bit of wiggle, a little bit of movement. And you take a breath that feels a little bit more relaxed than your first breath. Let's take one last big stretch together. And a big sigh. Thanks, folks, for taking a movement break with me. We'll be back on Monday again. And we have class online Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. If you're looking to try an longer hour-long class. Bye, folks. Thanks for watching.